welcome each and every one of you to my favorite morning show, Breakfast with Champions. We are here Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. till 12. And when you come through here, family, we're going to bring you the love. We're going to bring you motivation, education, and inspiration. And what I need us all to do right now is just share this room out. I need you to ping someone. I need you to click it, copy, paste it, send it somewhere. Because did you know that there are 11 more weeks to the end of the year? Time is flying. Good morning, Maramba. I want to just go through the room. Hello, Aiden. I see Sunny. Did you know that everyone has a seat at the table? And I am so grateful and honored to be here with you all. If you want to see my face, you can click the link at the top and you'll be able to go to my Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. Hello, Emin. Hey, girl. Hey. And I see Chef. I'm going to scroll down. I see Nala. And I want, if you're here, just come on up to the stage and share, who you are, what you do, all that great stuff. You can also join our Facebook group if you want a little more love. We also have BWC Daily, where you can get all the information about the show. And the Facebook group, I love it. Christina does a lot on there. I was just hitting up stuff, just seeing all the wonderful things on there, and I love it. I love it. I love it. So if this is your first time in here, welcome, welcome, welcome. As I mentioned, I am Starsina, and my goal is to inspire audiences to look within and fight all the traumas that you have inside. And a trauma is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this occurs, life-changing experiences occur. And I believe that we all have greatness inside of us, right? But we have to push through. So when we do this, we're able to change the world. And I believe God has made us all super special. That is why you're here at 5 a.m. on a Monday morning, because you are amazing. You are a champion. You are a warrior. And we want to unite together. So I am a combination of high energy and hard work. When you hear my name, when you come into a room with me, you're going to feel my energy. And everything I do, I give 150%. And I expect the same from you as well. Now, this is the perfect time for me to share my story with you, because time is running fast. Oh, I see my girl Bella in the building. Good morning. Bella's here with me on YouTube. She says, Grand Rising Queen. I'm back at you, Queen. She is beautiful with the hearts. So it is time for me to share my story, because I believe some people, and Charlene said this morning in the 4 a.m. room, and if you have the energy, just put it on, even if you have to lay in bed. I know it's early over here. 4 a.m., just pop it on, because the people on the other side of the lake, the pond, as they call it, are amazing. Welcome, Veronica Atkins. So it is my time to share my story, because it will inspire you to share your story. And I am a fitness professional. That is my passion. I absolutely love it. And when I first came into these clubhouse streets, I thought my story was talking about my major trauma of my son. But I realized it went a lot deeper than that. And I really couldn't understand why I love fitness so much, because some people like fitness, they want to look good, but mine went even deeper, my passion. So my father passed away in his sleep when he was 49 years old. Whew, I don't know about you, but that's kind of young to pass away. He had high blood pressure, cholesterol, who knows what else, because he really didn't go to the doctor that often. And last year when I was 49, I was a little freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do? So that is what made me so passionate about fitness. At first, I thought it was because I wanted to look good and, fit into the nice clothes, but it was much deeper than that. And I want to invite you to look within your heart and figure out, okay, what do I want to do? And some people say, well, I really don't know what I want to do, Tina. Well, what gets you up in the morning and gets you going? This morning, all I could think about was yoga. I know it's like, what is wrong with that girl? I'm like, I got to find a yoga studio. I got to find a new yoga studio. So I'm planning on high core elements. I'm going to Yoga 6. My daughter, it's funny how we can inspire people, because after my trauma, I dove into yoga because someone said yoga will help you with pain, pushing through, because it makes you stay still. And I started taking yoga, and then I took my yoga teacher certification. And then as you're practicing, you need someone to practice with, right? So my daughter was my practice person, and she hated it at first. And I'd have her doing it. And my daughter is a professional dancer, so everything was easy for her. And now she is like a yoga expert. She got certified in Bali. Good morning, Trisha, here on YouTube. And I say that to say, sometimes we need other people to see things within us to inspire us. we need people to see our gifts because we can't see them ourselves, right? So that is what one of my gifts are, as I want to say. So I love to start my segments off with highlights of the weekend. What was your highlight? My highlight was, whoo, let me tell you how amazing my God is, everyone here. So I run a group coaching program. A couple weeks ago, I was talking about public speaking and introducing yourself because last year I did the Great American Speak Off, the one that Grant Cardone runs and Glenn Lundy won. And being in that competition, it inspired me to want to do more, right? I'm like, I want to do a TEDx. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to practice this? So what I actually did was I joined a group called Toastmasters, and they had a competition. I knew nothing about it. I kept competing, and I actually won the district level. So I say that to say, can you guys believe I remember. I got a brain freeze for like 2 seconds. So a few people were asking me, well, how do you do this, Tina? So I decided to do a group coaching program, but I realized that I don't know all things. And I had Babs come through, the vocal coach. You may know her. And she came through and talked to the ladies. And this week we had a special guest, Trisha, come through, who is the Finding Your Niche expert. And I do this because, as I mentioned before, people need to see their strength. They need to see what's inside of them. And we had our group coaching program, and it was supposed to be an hour. It went for like an hour and a half. That was my highlight. I could actually see Trisha transform into this coach that's just going to change the world. So that was my highlight of the weekend. A few 30 seconds each person. Who wants to unmic and share their highlight for the weekend? Are you there, Trisha, to tell us?
Good morning, Tina. This is Trisha. And how did I become this expert? I became this expert because I was trying to find what my niche was. And for a year and a half, I went through every exercise that I could find of people telling me how to find my niche. And guess what? I became an expert on how to find your niche because I was doing all these exercises on how to find your niche. So I said, how could I do anything else but become an expert on how to find your niche? Because I was doing all these exercises. So you were so kind and nice to invite me to your program. And I talked with all the ladies, and they were so amazing and welcoming to me. And we talked for an hour and a half on how to find your niche. It was incredible. It was really incredible. And they, were so amazing. So thank you. Yeah.
Trisha, how does it feel to know that you are about to produce your program, your course, and just go with it? How does that feel? And tell us, when did it start?
It was incredible. It's going to start inside your program, and it's going to be available to everybody online in the YouTube channel. And it's going to be an 8-week program on finding your niche. I don't believe that anybody truly knows their passion and their purpose unless they dig deep down within, and those two things intersect, your passion, your purpose, and you really need to dig deep down inside and really figure out your passion and your purpose together, because I don't think we realize that those are two totally different things, and they really combined to find out what your niche is. So we're going to do an 8-week program to really dig deep down inside and figure out exactly what your niche is. So that's going to start November 2nd, and we're going to do 8 weeks to really figure out what we can do to find your true niche and see the people that you should be working with.
Girl, that could be a whole nother topic, purpose and passion. That was fire. If you guys are interested in signing up for Trisha's program, please tap into her. Trisha, put something in the chat here because she's amazing. And we're just going to have fun changing the world. Like I said, I feel God has given me this special gift to just pull these seeds out of people and say, hey, change the world, change the world, change the world. Anyone else want to share their highlight of the weekend before we begin our content today? If so.
I think the highlight of the week was definitely your business workshop. Highly recommend it to every single person. Trisha, you did such a great job. Trisha definitely helped me find my niche in those first couple seconds of being involved in that workshop. Okay, so I would sign up for it. Sortina is actually one of the best things that ever happened to me. Her workouts got me through my trauma. Her book, highly recommend her book. Sign up for her book. Trisha's amazing. Everybody in this room is amazing. Keep going, ladies.
Hey, I want to hear from one more. Anyone else want to share their highlight of the weekend? If so, on mic.
Good morning, Stars Tina. This is your mother.
Hey there, girl.
Hey there. My highlight of the week was I did your class, and then I also volunteered to give out boxes of vegetables to the homeless. And I felt amazing. I hadn't done that since I can't even remember. And I just felt so good and so fulfilled. And I'm enjoying doing your program too. And everybody should just hop on board and grab your ticket. Love you. Have an awesome day.
You are too funny. I'm glad that you're doing that. And it feels so good to give back. And that's what this world is all about. Like, don't keep all that juiciness to yourself. I see you over there, Dr. Jeannie. In my mind, I text you, girlfriend. You know, we have this event coming up in December. Hopefully, Dr. Jeannie will be able to come. It's going to be in December. And it's called Elevating Your Business. Because I don't know about you, but we have 11 weeks. And this year went by so fast. It was like, whew. Someone said to me once, it seems like when you're a kid, time takes forever. But as you get older, it's like the time goes so quick. And if I thought about it even deeper, I could find myself crying and getting teary-eyed because there's so many things that I want to do, so many people I want to hug. And, it's just so quickly. Last year, I decided I wanted to do an event and share what I learned throughout the year. And I did it virtually, Elevate Your Business. And this year we're doing it again, but we're going to do it in person. Just click the link at the top. But Dr. Jeannie, I don't know. I just want to say good morning to you. How are you doing today, Dr. Jeannie?
Good morning. Did you say you texted me in your mind?
Yes.
You know what? Did you get my back? I got my mind.
I love it. Guys, if you want an amazing coach, like I haven't even dug deep with this woman. I had 2 conversations with her when I was about to speak that changed my mind. She is the president of Georgia, correct? NSA, Dr. G?
Georgia, yes.
NSA. And that is the National Speakers Association. And 2 times before I was going to speak, I was like nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to change this. I'm going to do this. And she talked to me. She's like, calm down, do this. And just rewired everything in like 10 minutes. So she's definitely the coach to go to if you're about to speak and do all that wonderful stuff. I do have a topic for today. As you know, for this month, I have been talking about heart health. Week 1, we talked about high cholesterol. Last week, we talked about high blood pressure. Today, diabetes. Yes, it'll probably be quick because 30 minutes is short. It goes quick, guys. And I did mention that. I mentioned that. So for this month of October, my online fitness boutique studio, we do more than just online classes. We have over 20 classes. This week, we started we're into our Elevate Your Fitness Challenge. And this is for anyone who wants to start or continue or just jump on their fitness journey. It's a 3-month, I really wanted 8 weeks, but my girl Jackie's like, no, Tina, we have to give more. It's a 3-month challenge where you have the opportunity to win $500. And we're going to teach you how to eat clean. We're going to teach you how to be healthy. And that, again, that is my passion right there. But this month, we're doing 2 major events in our community. This weekend, we are having our breast cancer awareness event. We did it last year, and it was amazing because usually if something doesn't affect me, I don't really think about it or talk about it. Am I the only one like that? Mike, and let me know. Am I the only one who just doesn't really think about something if it doesn't affect your life?
Yes, that's me, Trisha.
Okay. Thank you, Trisha. I'm like, am I that selfish? So last year, someone was talking, every year you hear people talk about breast cancer, blah, blah, blah. And I don't really know anyone. And I said, you know what, Tina, this is bigger than you. So last year we did an event, touched my heart so much. And, because ladies, we have to touch them. We have to, make sure everything's going on right there. So we're having an event this Saturday. You can go to my website and get information for that. It's absolutely free. And then you've heard me talk about it for the past few weeks. And Ramon and Dr. Jeannie reminded me how important it is to not rush things, to go with the flow. And if you see my face here, you see this book here, No More Traumedy. This is the book that got me through all my pain, that got me through all of my craziness. It's Awakening Your Inner Strength, a guide to thrive after a trauma or tragedy. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to have my book launch. It's going to be virtual and in person. So if you're in the North Carolina area, I would love to see your face. And I decided the way I'm going to do this book launch, I want to hear from my friends. So I started reaching out because I got this epiphany yesterday. Adam Smith is one of my favorite motivational speakers, even though he doesn't claim to be one. He doesn't like that. But I'm going to have different speakers every 15 minutes just come through and give us 3 to 5 minutes of love and joy. So that's what's happening in 2 weeks. Those are the events for our crew here. All right, time to tap into our topic. So we're talking today about diabetes awareness and prevention. I just want to shed a light on the connection between diabetes and heart health. I'm going to give you 7 quick tips, and then I want to hear from you, like I said. So preventing diabetes, particularly type 2 diabetes, involves adopting a healthy lifestyle and making sustainable changes to your daily habits. And I'm going to give you 7 things that you can do. Before I tap into this, I just want to hear, does anyone here on stage know anyone or is currently going through high diabetes or pre-diabetic or anything like that? If so, I would love to hear from you. Or you can come up on stage. I see Andy down there. Or am I just to assume we're all super healthy and don't know anyone?
Well, I think somebody, and I won't call them out because they're not here, but say that their daughter, one of the regular's daughters, was pre-diabetic, and I think must be so hard to be youth-like in this country because, all the additives, preservatives, and food, and the lunches aren't what they used to be. I sound like an old lady, but the vending machines in schools, we didn't have vending machines. It's got to be such a struggle to be young at that, and the additives they're putting in food. You know what I mean? It's just going to be so hard to be young. It's not like in my day when we just had some real fun.
That's true. Thank you so much for chiming in, Marilyn. Anyone else? I thought I heard someone speak.
Yes, stars, Tina. Good morning, BWC. This is PJ. Look, we cannot forget the one, the only. It was the heavyweight champion of the world. We can't forget our brother. No. So yeah, he was diagnosed with it and was able through exercise and diet to overcome and come off of the spectrum of diabetes. Triple J. Don't forget Triple J.
Yes, I have to give a big, go ahead. Before that person comes in, because I do want to hear from you. Welcome to the room, Yolanda. I first got onto this app and I wanted to start a room, but I wasn't too popular. I didn't really know too many people. And I heard Triple J in another app. I forget the name of the app. And we started talking. He said he actually pulled his car over on the side of the room as we were talking. And whatever app this was, you could only talk to that one person for a certain amount of time, and then it kicked you out. And we kept going back. And we were talking about cookies and ice cream and macaroni and cheese. We were just because I love food. And I saw him on Clubhouse. He's like, is this Tina from Clubhouse? And I said, I want to start a room. I want to start a morning show. Can you help me? So we did a pop-up room. And I said, if anyone wants to do a room with me, DM me. And 4 or 5 people DM me. We started a room and we called it the 8 a.m. Cup of Motivation. And we did it for a whole year. And Triple J and I became so close. And he actually started a fitness class, exercise class. And it felt so good to hear his story and to inspire him to just be better. And again, that's what we need, is to just pour little drips. I mean, you don't want to yell at people. You don't want to scream at them, even though I did that to my mother. But you don't want to do that to make them get healthy. I heard someone else on mic. Go for it.
Tina, of course, it was Trisha. Triple J is one of my closest friends here on Clubhouse, and I have met him in person several times. And Pastor Jeff, I'm so glad that you brought him up, because he is an amazing soul. And yes, of course, his type 2 diabetes is in remission. And he is just an amazing person who has brought so many people together here on this app and tells his story with such passion. And I just wanted to say thank you for bringing him up. He is an amazing guy.
Yes. And I'm going to tap into these quickly so we can, move forward. But again, these are things that can be reversed, family. I mean, I look at some of my family members, and Marilyn talked about children. And I don't know if you've ever watched any of these shows on TV. For some of the kids, it's a drug. They get angry when they don't eat, Oh my gosh, yesterday I was hanging out with Renee and I was just doing all sorts of things. And it was probably about 12 o'clock, maybe 1. I don't know. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see it. Like it was a monster coming out of me. I wanted to eat so badly. And Lenny, I don't remember his last name. He spoke on my stage once and he was like, hunger pains don't, I think he said 60 or 90 seconds. I don't know. That's how long it lasts. And he said, if you find yourself hungry, just pause and breathe and just wait. I always say you're not going to die. Okay. It's just hunger. You're not going to die. And just wait. If you just sit those 60, 90 seconds and think of the ocean, think of the clouds, those hunger pains are going to move away and you will be able to go on. You know, intermittent fasting is so important, especially when you get over the age of 40. I don't know why, but things just change. Let me tell you guys, I'm on the 5th floor, as they would say. And lately I'm like, what is going on? I hear these cricks in my knees. I'm like, what is going on? And nobody told me. You 50 plusers kept it secret. Maybe so. Maybe so. I wouldn't like figure it out, but take care of your health, guys. That's all I want to say. All right, here we go. We're talking about diabetes today, and I'm going to give you some quick little tips. The first one is maintain a healthy diet. Consume a balanced diet rich with vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats. Limit your intake of sugary intakes, processed foods, and foods high in refined carbohydrates. Trust me, I'm there with you. I love the chocolate cakes. I love the bread. All right. But just be mindful when you're eating. This is so important. Does anyone have any tips on what helped them get to maintaining a healthy diet? If so, on Mike.
Good morning to you.
Go ahead, the sexy Yolanda. Sexy Yolanda making making lunch for her husband.
You mentioned diabetes type 2. That actually runs in my family. And what I've learned over the almost 30 years of maintaining other people's restricted diets is the 5 small meals consisting of green vegetables and certain fruits to stay away from because they have more sugar. Also protein. Those are some of the things that I have been sticking to since my father was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I thought I heard someone else on Mike.
That was me, Renee. What motivates me to make these healthy choices when I know certain foods are not good for me is that I want to live. I believe the best of my life is in front of me. And so I want to do the most I can do to extend that because my purpose here on earth is not over.
Love it. Next person on Mike, go for it.
I'll go start seeing it's Mary Kim. Mine is ingredients. I'm really lately just leaning into what are the ingredients that are on any product or food that I eat. That's been really transformative in my own personal health lately.
Exactly.
For this.
Love that. And guys, even if you don't know what you're looking for when you're looking at the nutritional label, just start looking. And then eventually you'll start to understand, first of all, what are the serving sizes? How much carbs, how much protein, how much fat? I always say if the sugar on it is over double digits, put it back on that shelf. The sugar we want to get away from. So, and the ingredients, like she said, if you can't read it, put it back on the shelf. Why would you want to eat it? Oh my gosh. I was looking at a video. I put it on my Instagram yesterday and they were talking about chocolate, how this woman is super, super into healthy foods. And she was saying how someone opened up a pack of chocolate and there were worms inside of it. And she reached out to her, she got all these views and Hershey actually replied back. And they said, yes, that can happen if it's old. And I started reading all the comments on here. It's a true story. If chocolate, it was like peanut butter chocolate cups. And if it's left for a long time, worms can start to come out of it. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So just on Mike, go ahead. I heard it.
That was me. And I love that story. But we have 6 more.
I got you. Yes. Yes. So you got to be quick with that, Renee. So yes, just be mindful with what you're eating and think about it. So lovely. Thanks for that, Renee. She popped in like I asked her to. So the first thing I said was maintain a healthy diet, manage your weight, and that's done by your diet. Number 2 is manage your weight. Number 3, engage in regular physical activity, 150 minutes a week, they say, which comes out to like 2 to 5 days. And you can do this simply by parking your car a little bit further. When you use the bathroom, do 10 squats, joining my online fitness studio, which is great because we have our walking club and everything. Number 4, monitor and control blood sugar levels. If you have pre-diabetes or risk of developing diabetes, regular monitor your blood levels. As you heard, Yolanda said it runs in her family. So instead of waiting for it to pop up, she's doing it now. So you want to wait. I'm sorry, you do not want to wait when it comes to being healthy. Number 5 is stay hydrated. Get your water. So as you can see here, I have a 50-ounce bottle of water, and I'm just about done with that because I'm just drinking it. So important. Number 6 is my favorite. 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Write in the chat how many hours of sleep you get on a regular basis. I am so curious. And if you're on YouTube, type it in there. I must get my sleep. I am not a happy camper. And back in the day when I first started, I love Eric Thomas. I would say, no days off. I'm not going to sleep. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go. And I remember my daughter said to me, well, Mom, you do a lot. And you need your energy, you need your sleep. That's where your body recharges. So 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Christina says 5 to 7. I don't see how she does it because she's all the way on the other side with 4. I know Mary Kim talks about where she doesn't, she gets a little bit there. But really focus on tapping in. And if you only have a little bit of sleep, really get that quality sleep in. If you maybe put a little lavender on your pillow or play some light music, super important. And the final tip I want to share with you is reduce the stress. Chronic stress can lead to unhealthy eating and lifestyle habits. Engage in stress reduction techniques such as meditation, yoga, or mindfulness to manage stress effectively. It's important to note that genetics can also play a role in diabetes risk, and some individuals may be predisposed to the condition. If you have a family history of diabetes or other risk factors, it's essential to work closely with a healthcare provider. Get your regular checkups and all that wonderful stuff. As I mentioned, I went through these pretty quickly, but there will be an article in the BWC Daily site that Ramon handles. So let me just wrap all of these up for you today. We are talking about diabetes this month. We're talking about heart health. Number 1, maintain a healthy diet. Number 2, manage your weight. Number 3, engage in regular physical activity. Number 4, monitor and control blood sugar levels. Number 5, stay hydrated. 6, get quality sleep. And 7, reduce the stress. As I round this out right here, I just want to remind you that your health is your wealth. You are in control. All righty. And it begins with one simple thing: mindset, visualization. Visualization works really good for me. Mary Lynn says, yes, I stress ate last night. It was terrible. I hadn't done that in a while. And I get it. Sometimes you think it's going to feel good, right? It's like, I'm just going to eat this. And then afterwards you're like, oh, why did I do this? Not cool. But guess what? We can always reset. So reset, drink that water, keep going. And if you're interested in elevating your life with your fitness, with your business, tap into my community. We have a beautiful Shooting Stars Collective that we have. And I just want to scroll through to see if I miss anyone. Want to share anything before we get out of here and have Glenn come through? If so, unmic. Otherwise, I want us to start sharing this room out and get ready for Glenn. We currently have 84 people in the room. I like that. Good morning, Scott. I see Marvin there. I want us to make a concerted effort to click copy or click invite people and send it out, because Glenn's coming through and he's going to bring the fire with all of his love and joy and all that great stuff.
Well, I'll start seeing it if I can just add. This is Sabbath week. It'll be Heather Parody. I won't see him come through, but I'll keep talking and I will go live when she starts out that.
I love it. I love it. And what is Sabbath week, if you're asking? Well, Glenn Lundy takes 1 week off, and we need that recharge sometimes, right? This weekend felt like a recharge for me because I reevaluated my business, where I am, what I've done for this year, where I want to go for next year. And I want to invite you to do the same thing. As we said, there's 11 weeks left. this is what I wanted to ask you guys. What is one thing, just one, as Marvin would say, focus. What does focus mean? Unmic, what is focus? Focus. No one knows?
Follow one course until successful.
Yes, Christina's always the first one that says it. Follow one course until successful. Type in the chat one thing that you are going to accomplish and finish and complete in your business this year. Just one thing. And if you dare unmic and share, we're going to help keep you accountable. One thing. Bella, what's one thing you want to achieve by the end of the year?
Stay current with every single email, Starstein. I think I said this 2 months ago to Ramon. I have a very poor habit of not going back and following up. I got to get an email system. That's it, Starstein.
Girl. I did the same thing yesterday. I was looking at my email marketing and I was just like, okay, there's got to be an order to this. You know, if you want to scrub your list and make sure if you have 300 emails, we'll put them in order. Are these business people, or these clients, or these future clients? That's so super important. Anyone else? What's the one thing?
Veronica Atkins passed my Series 65 exam, financial series exam, and get my license in life insurance.
Love it, love it, love it. So as you hear us all expressing the one thing that we're going to complete by this year, I want to invite you to do the same thing. And next year, 2024, you can achieve anything that you want. You just have to dream it, visualize it, embrace it, and walk into it. As we're waiting for Heather to come through, anyone else want to share the one thing that they will achieve in the next 11 weeks? If so, dare to unmic.
Good morning, champions. So the one thing I want to achieve before the year runs out is to come up with 2 courses, one for personal branding and one for content marketing. Thank you so much.
I love it. You said an ebook. Say that again, please.
Yes, my course.
Okay, coming out with a course. I love it. Now, if you're listening and you're like, well, you know what? There's so many things I want to do. Focus on one thing. And then once you have that one thing, make a plan. Write down, okay, so if I want to make 5,000. We're live.
Ready.
All right.
So make a plan to come back and talk about it. Thanks, guys.
Before then, we got to quote to you.